Some LG G5 benchmarks put some processor rumors to rest. Samsung already begins showcasing what to expect for Marshmallow, even with so many delays. And Microsoft keeps putting more nails into its own mobile coffin. I'm Jaime Rivera, and if by now you're still using a Windows phone, that must be a lot of love. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with Sony, as the company continues to prove that it does understand its customers when it comes to software updates. Sony is already famous for bringing software updates to legacy Xperia flagships from years ago, even the Xperia ZL, and even though those were put to rest, if you're interested in Marshmallow and devices like the Xperia Z3 or Z2, links in the description. There is a beta program that'll give you the option, even though you'll probably never leave the beta, but you'll get Marshmallow. And speaking of software updates, let's flip the switch and talk about the company that just does not get it, which is Samsung. We're still waiting for Marshmallow just about on every device that was promised to get the update months ago. And the company has, this leaked presentation out there that shows everybody what to expect for Marshmallow whenever it comes. But the problem is there's also a list that pretty much tells you that you're still going to have to wait. And this is just terrible, Samsung, but then again, you know what the biggest problem is? That people still buy the Galaxy, even with that. And speaking of very necessary updates, let's talk about the One M10 from HTC. We hear two things today. Number one, that we might be getting the device somewhere around April in the UK or the rest of Europe. And for those of you waiting for it in the United States, May will be sort of the case, though we're not exactly sure if that's going to be set in stone, given whatever the competition does. Now, the cooler part about these news is that there is apparently a One Watch in the process that could be announced somewhere around there as well. That device could make it to the market before the One M10, and apparently it won't be running Android Wear. Let's see what we get. Now moving over to sad news for those of you that were disappointed with Microsoft with the 2,300 employees that were let go last year from the mobile division. We hear that there are more job cuts to happen very soon for Windows 10 Mobile, and that is extremely sad. The company did not get its act together with the whole launch of the Lumia 950 and 950 XL. Terrible phones, sadly, in our reviews, and it seems that the company will resort to that in order to fix its issues. We wish Microsoft would someday, somehow figure this out, or just, leave mobile, or just sell it back to Nokia, man. And finally, the very hot news today continue to be the LG G5. It seems that benchmarks now confirm Snapdragon 820, no surprises there, 4 gigs of RAM, Android 6.0.1 on launch, and apparently this version of the processor brings some amazing single-core performance, though we have to compare that to the Apple A9 for the iPhone, which is the single-core king, and we know that. But anyways, regardless of whatever specifications we get and everything, for today's question of the day, we are very curious. If you want any of LG's features to be ported from the G4 to the G5, which would they be? In my case, I wish they kept the IR blaster, but I probably feel that I'm going to be alone in that one. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your case. Friends, as always, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video was filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. And now you can also catch our videos on Vessel at vessel.com/Pocketnow. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.